There is a very tough competition in the world of modeling. It is understandable, the age of cosmetology dictates its own rules. If before it really was necessary to be lucky and be born beautiful, now with the help of competent surgeons and cosmetologists we can change our appearance in no time. And when there are just crowds of real beauties around, it is not at all easy to become a media personality. Unexpectedly for many, Alexis Ren, a lady quite famous on the worldwide network, succeeded in this, because some of her photos really went viral. This is not to say that Alexis had an unhappy childhood. She was born into a fairly wealthy family, her father was a lawyer, and her mother worked as a nutritionist. And the parent, by the way, was the girl's best friend, her reliable shoulder, advisor and teacher in life. Alexis was even homeschooled, so she was very attached to her mother. Maybe that's why she went through the grief that happened in her family so hard. Cynthia, Alexis' mother, was diagnosed with cancer. A year later, she was gone. For the girl, this was a huge shock, a real shock. Not surprisingly, the best solution was to go into work completely. Even with her mother, the girl was noticed by fashion agents, who instantly offered her small, but quite successful commercial contracts. This was the start for her career. The girl began to actively shoot for youth magazines, however, the real peak of her career was shooting for Calvin Klein, which made her quite famous already in fashion circles. A big push for fame for Alexis was her young man Jay, a popular model of fashion brands, who, as it turned out a little later, spoiled the girl's psyche. He forbade her to eat, which led to an eating disorder. He could drop rude jokes in her direction. On the one hand, it was a terrible destructive relationship, but on the other hand, often thanks to her famous young man, Alexis was able to become very popular. After parting, the girl changed. She was not afraid to change her image, she became more relaxed and straightforward. It seemed to Alexis that the modeling business was not enough, so she began to develop in other areas. She created her own clothing brand, began producing beautiful sportswear, shooting in music videos, participating in talk shows, and also shooting in advertising for a popular online game is a lot for such a young girl. And I'm sure there's more to come.